This is seriously the most embarrassing thing I've ever coded in my life. Seriously, just look at it. This is supposed to be your minimap, your companion as you traverse the absolute nightmare, which is my kingdom of filth. But it's not. It's a monument to my own laziness. It's what happens when you take the short way out and just hope that nobody notices. But today, I'm not just fixing it. I'm doing it properly. Even if that means I've got to go back into the dark arts of shader programming once again. Even if that means I have to redo every single sprite and environment sprite in the game just for things to work right. Today, we fix my ugly and lazy game dev habits as I bring this morally questionable bullet hell to its destined end. This is BubbleGoBoom, the bullet hell where filth and my lack of commitment both come to die. I could just not have a minimap. The game would work just fine, but I want to constantly make you aware of just how much danger you're in, as I constantly swarm you with hundreds or even thousands of enemies at a time. A minimap would be mad helpful in that. So I started with a separate top-down camera just for the minimap and stuck down screen. But even for me, that's just ugly and lazy. It's backwards, I can't really make out anything on it, and it's indistinguishable from the rest of the level behind it. So do something about it then. Fine. Well, for starters, I can flip the render image. Yay, that's something. As for making your characters and enemies visible on the minimap without having to press your eyeball up against your monitor, that took a little bit more effort. I could have done it many other ways, but I took the I can't be bothered to think about it for more than 5 minutes approach. I did it like this. I made a layer for all the things I want to show up on the minimap camera. Hazard a guess what I called that layer. I then manually copied the sprite for each and every prefab in my game and assigned the copy to one of these minimap layers. Because I just decided that I wanted to make a layer for rooms and items each, just in case that ever comes in handy later. I then made those sprites bigger than the actual in-game sprites and told the minimap camera to only look at these big sprites. The actual gameplay camera will just show everything else normally so that you're not forced to feast your eyes on visual atrocities the whole time. Finally, I slapped on a shader script I stole from online and tinted the rooms. And bada bing, bada boom, a basic minimap. I don't know about you though, but a full black minimap with white outlines on the rooms would be sick. If this stupid shader script would recognize that I actually want to see my outlines, then that would actually be what happens, but no. Things can never be that easy. You know what? I'm glad I couldn't find any shader documentation when I wrote my last shader myself, because that meant I understood fundamentally what was going on. But in this one? What is this? It took me a hot second to figure out my issue. The code I copied, serves me right for not doing it myself, looks for a transparent outline on all of my sprites and then turns that into a visible outline. All the fix really needed me to do was, instead of it to look for transparent padding, turn it into an outline. I was like, you know what, code, stop being lazy, draw an outline on the edge of the whole sprite and we'll call it a day. So I guess all that shader work in the summer wasn't a huge waste after all. While I was doing that, I noticed that my seamless dungeon generation still had some gaps in it, so I fixed another shortcut with that. Most of my sprites had equal widths and heights, so when I was just calculating the new spawn position for whichever room gets generated once you pass a door, I just used the width for both. Like, oh, that's just 1 out of 2 calculations. That worked for most of my square sprites, but not all. That L cross variant room was giving me L's, so I had to eventually sort that thing out. But that's when I noticed something else. You can't die. Let me explain. You can get damaged, and your health bar does go down, and you will die, but then you don't. I was dumb, and during the chaos of the whole initial game jam when most of this code was written, I made 2 health manager scripts, which ran at the same time. One for the player and one for... Wait, the player again? Wait, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't make sense of it even then or now, so how could I expect a stupid clanker to figure it out? I would have previously prided myself on being able to write clean codes, but if there's two health scripts doing the same thing, that clearly isn't the case. Even just spotting that took me maybe like 3 hours to fix. Like, the 6 scripts with 2 hidden functions shouldn't make finding the problem any easier, but hooray! You can finally die in peace for like 5 seconds before I launch you back into the thick of it once again.